In the 21st century, wars are no longer fought solely for land, oil, or ideology. They are increasingly ignited and shaped by something far more elusive: critical minerals. These seemingly obscure elements like lithium, tantalum, cobalt, and thorium are now dictating foreign policy, sparking regional conflicts, and forming the backbone of uneasy alliances across continents. Once dismissed as geological trivia, these minerals have become the beating heart of a new world order. They power smartphones, electric vehicles, and advanced weaponry, but most importantly, they power influence. And influence in today's geopolitical landscape is everything. Unlike oil, which has long been the flashpoint of conflicts and cartels, critical minerals are less centralized, more diverse, and harder to control. Their strategic value lies not just in their existence but in who refines them, who controls the supply chains, and who is willing to go to war or peace for them. Take India and Pakistan, for example. Recently, India expressed military displeasure with Pakistan, seemingly ready to flex its muscle. Yet strangely, global powers like the United States and the United Kingdom remain silent. Why? The answer lies deep beneath the soil of Pakistan's Beluchistan region, a treasure trove of lithium and other precious minerals. Everyone from Beijing to Washington wants a piece of that pie, so instead of encouraging escalation, these powers are actively working to defuse the conflict. Peace, it turns out, is not just noble. It's profitable. The situation is so delicate that the US reportedly proposed deploying private security forces to assist the Pakistani army in securing Beluchistan. Their goal? Not humanitarian aid, not democracy promotion, but resource access. Yet, just like the Turkish military might respond, the Pakistani army firmly declined. "We'll handle it ourselves," they said. It wasn't just a matter of sovereignty. It was a calculated move to retain negotiation power over what might soon become one of the most lucrative mineral regions on Earth. Move over to Africa, and a similar pattern emerges with even greater intensity. The Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda have a history of hostility dating back to the Rwandan genocide, but today's tensions are less about ethnic divisions and more about control over mineral-rich territories. The DRC accuses Rwanda of backing the rebel group M23, a formidable guerrilla force that, as of early 2025, had captured 2 critical cities in the North Kivu province, an area overflowing with tantalum and gold. These minerals aren't just profitable, they are essential components in everything from smartphones to aerospace technologies. M23's territorial gains don't just pose a security threat, they represent a strategic loss for Congo's national wealth. Sensing an opportunity, Congo's Foreign Minister Therese Wagner took a bold step. She approached the Trump administration with a proposal. "Help us secure peace with Rwanda, rein in M23, and we'll open our minds to your companies." Sitting beside Senator Marco Rubio and US and Rwandan diplomats in Washington, she signed a groundbreaking agreement. This deal wasn't just about ending conflict. It was about building a regional economic chain, with American capital at its center. US companies are now lining up to invest billions in Congo's mineral sector, targeting not only tantalum and gold but also copper, cobalt, and lithium, vital for EV batteries and clean energy systems. Rwanda, not to be left behind, also initiated talks with Washington to establish its own mineral agreements. Check. Rubio didn't mince words during the announcement. Lasting peace in the Great Lakes region will pave the way for more Western investment, bringing prosperity and opportunity. In diplomatic terms, it was a declaration of intent. America is coming for the minerals, and it's coming fast. Why this urgency? Because China currently dominates the global mineral game. It controls over 65% of the global production and 90% of the refining capacity for key minerals. The US sees this as a direct threat, not only to its technological dominance but also to its national security. Washington's new doctrine is simple: ensure access to as many critical mineral reserves as China has, if not more. That means new partnerships in Africa, deeper involvement in Latin America, and increasing attention to Eurasian hotspots like Ukraine. This isn't some abstract policy goal. Trump and his team are reportedly pressuring intelligence agencies and multinationals alike to find those minerals. The mineral scramble isn't just happening in Congo and Rwanda, it's also underway in Bolivia, Peru, Kazakhstan, and yes, Ukraine. While headlines focus on missiles and geopolitics, few talk about Ukraine's massive lithium reserves. As Russia's war drags on, the West is already laying the groundwork for post-war deals. Fair, balanced partnerships are being discussed, at least on paper. And behind those deals lies the real prize access to Eastern Europe's mineral veins. The strategy is clear: create peace where possible, secure resources where necessary, and build alternative supply chains that reduce dependence on China. The new battleground is the infrastructure of tomorrow, and minerals are the ammunition. Even Turkey is getting in on the action. In Eskişehir, Turkey holds the second largest boron reserves in the world, and possibly significant thorium deposits as well. Instead of selling raw material, Turkish companies are beginning to invest in refining technologies, aiming to export high-value processed minerals rather than just dirt. This shift could prove transformative. If managed wisely, Turkey might not just be a consumer of 21st-century tech, it could become a supplier. By 2030 and beyond, minerals like thorium and boron may be as strategically important as oil once was in the 20th century. What we are witnessing is nothing short of a new colonialism, not in the traditional sense of occupying territories, but in the modern style of dominating resource flows. Whoever controls these flows will control economies, military advancements, and political leverage for decades to come. Africa, long exploited for its riches, may finally gain leverage if its leaders can negotiate from strength. Latin America is next on the radar, with countries like Bolivia, home to the lithium triangle, taking center stage. Meanwhile, major powers like China and the US are setting up long-term bets across continents, ready to invest, exploit, or negotiate, whichever route brings access to these mineral motherlodes. As we approach the 2030s, the global balance of power won't be decided in oil fields or stock markets, but deep beneath the Earth's surface, in the mines, the refineries, and the supply chains of critical minerals. This is not just a commodity story, it's a story of how nations rise and fall, how wars are started and ended, how diplomacy is shaped, and how future generations will live. The mineral age has begun, and it promises to be just as turbulent and transformative as the age of oil. So as we look to the future, one thing becomes clear: those who control the minerals will control the world. And that struggle, it has already begun. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps us reach more curious minds. And if you're passionate about global power shifts, economic intrigue, and the hidden forces shaping our future, hit that subscribe button and join us for more deep dives like this one. Thanks for watching.